Welcome everyone to October's Poetry Slam. Exciting, exciting.
Okay, cool. I have 2 poems to share. This first one is called The Garden. Here it goes. The Garden. In the garden we bloom every day. Some of us sing while some of us pray. When we are done our days, death will harvest us and swallow us whole. Some people romanticize death, some fear it, yet it is inevitable. When you accept death, you can truly live. No one really knows what happens after death, for death is life's greatest mystery. We must live life like there is no tomorrow, for in time, all of our experiences will fade away. This last one's called A Town in the Desert. There's a town in the desert where there are no cars, there are only horses to move people around. In this slum, the piano plays late into the night, and people who drink there will give you a fright. Gunfire rings out almost every day, and people will smile as they blow you away. The ladies sell sex above the bar. Everyone here has some kind of scar. The funeral owner is the richest man in town, but he likes to fondle the corpses when no one's around. Everyone knows this place is hell. This is where many angels fell.
Wow.
Okay, hi. I've got 3 poems today, so I'll get started. Romantic. The purest feeling, crystalline ice under a black winter night, turning the ordinary into the sublime. It lifts you out of your circumstances for a time. Music that touches you deeply, words that capture a transcendent feeling. A string of words like pearls, each one perfect. A loss that takes you out of yourself and pauses time. A place apart from the mundane. Sometimes you strive for it, sometimes it accidentally comes upon you. Reminiscing or longing. A different state of mind, impossible to always occupy. A mirage shimmering on the horizon. The scent of flowers that transports you, the breeze that blows gently. The sun that shines brightly. The daydream that evaporates at the shoulder tap of reality. The stars that glitter out of reach, the taste of a perfectly ripe peach, a sunset on the beach, the waves that wash away fear, all the things that bring you here to challenge the pragmatic, to appreciate the thoughts you hold dear, clinging to the stream of consciousness that celebrates the mind through the senses, elevated by this surreal point of view, simply grateful for the experience of something beautiful and true. Seeing the world in sepia tones, strawberries and champagne with a lover, the full moon that seems to hover, candy from a dear friend, receiving the postcard you said you would send, sweethearts kissing on a bridge, protecting each other from harsh realities. The moment when you realize something unique and feel it was fate that you found it. Romance is a flickering flame, except for the denied, we all want it to surround us. Thank you. Okay, and this one is called Therapy. I was afraid when I came to you of what I feel and what I might do. You were kind enough to take an interest and waive the payment, willing to meet with me on a weekly basis. It helped me so much to talk things through, and all these years later, I'm still thankful for you. You prescribed a medication that made my life better, and I still think of you when I'm overwhelmed. Even though therapy had to end sometime, it could not go on forever. Some doctors are just on a power trip. They are mean or manipulative and try to solve mental illness by a hostile attitude and acts that are barbaric. Today we are all trying to shake off straitjackets, lobotomies, and electric shock therapy for some people who just needed a safe place to talk, or over-medication that can make zombies of us all. With this in our history, and maybe our family tree, no wonder we feel trepidation to reveal our struggles, reluctant to try and heal our mental and emotional problems. But it is worth trying, exposing yourself and admitting the details of the battle within, to try and reclaim your life. Some will turn away from you, but in the end, you will find friends and constructive ways to express yourself. The world is full of safe harbors when depression pulls you down like a swift current, or anxiety impedes your ability to act in a calm and rational manner. Delusions can be let go of when reality is compassionate, and we stumble towards ourselves in a different light. Thank you for giving the gift of listening.
I like that one.
Thank you. Okay, And this last one is called October. Give me a minute here. Okay, got it. October. There's a chill in the air and the leaves are changing color. No doubt this is a season meant for lovers. Sleeping bundled up under the covers as rain hits the windows, occasionally interrupted by the sun. Time to wear my favorite sweaters. Another month rolls by slowly, and we wish that it would last forever, as we shudder anticipating winter. It seems like time is moving in slow motion. Panoramic views are stunning, and Thanksgiving plans are up and running. My heart draws strength from the beauty that surrounds us, like a seduction from an otherworldly succubus, teaching all the ways there are to love with a bite of frost. Life can be so wondrous, but at a cost. We think we've found ourselves, but then again we're lost. The fleeting moments of self are gone, with nothing for identity to coalesce around. We regain our narrative safe and sound. Time to reflect on bygone ages and remember our life in consecutive stages. We had no perspective when we were caught up in living with the future as a series of blank pages. We run free only to find ourselves in different cages. This self turns from season to season. We change and sometimes can't find the reason. Thank you.
Come to the party. Come to the party, my friend. Enjoyment you will find. Divine edibles will be served to please your palate. Games will be played as well to bring an aura of fun here. Egos should be left at the door. Your entertainment only is meant. Come to the party, my friend. Remembrances you will find. With old friends you meet. Toast them and rejoice. Come to the party, my dear. Your presence a treasure will be. Come to the party, my dear. Leave your cares behind. Come to the party. Come, my dear. Rejoice with us by coming.
Wow.
Thank you.
Perfect. I love it.
This one's called the New Ember. All my poems are the glory of God and to Gwyneth with love. To see flames rise from the glowing, to wonder where the death of fire begins. The heart holds a burning, it has an invisible beginning. Pain turns into motivation, love has an object, repentance has a space. We can truly look upon something. We can ask the origin of the universe. Things continue to accelerate, so the Big Bang and the explosion continues, blowing the mind of a child as electrons are received by oxygen, as love is received by the heart, as death is a new beginning of life. We can see the embodiment of moving on. Here, you may need a raincoat. Supernovas rise on stage, psycho killers and pyromaniacs, the definition of evil, bereft of a generation, an understanding that means contempt for understanding, everyone entranced by a dying flame, to gain from where to leave from, that explodes despite our fixation, running faster than anyone before, offering what no one else ever has. To have been wrong doesn't mean you can't be right, condensed into a place of power. To burn is the power, and the fire is that manifestation. The growth is the power, and the bread is our chance to honor it. Forgiveness is the power, and the word is the means of having the power. To try to forgive, the sky is an ember. Drops of water evaporate before they hit the ground. Finally, oceans form. The core of existence placed on a blanket. Volcanoes give off their dying power. A wound heralding space dust. Lava creeps over the land. The glimpse of our existence is grogged as technology reads creation with laser beams, and galaxies form on computer screens, and we wait for the game on TV tonight. This one's called The Subtle Undertow. These poems are birthday poems for Gwyneth. I can feel something subtle that makes me extreme, as if it were working for me. I let it take me out further, and I swim with it. Then I can find its power to be released from it. It's just something I need, to know it's there, so I can live with life. To know the shoreline of my salvation, swimming parallel to it because it can't equate itself with purpose. It only lives in one place to avoid living, to find its truth and reality, and be of it and with it. I will never be free of it. I will only offer what I see in contrast to it. My very being does this. I would always know of the power I see, because I am of it, even if it weren't there. The only difference between its simple existence and its anger is its intention that exists just because it exists. My love and life would always need to know the substance of death. Light and time for eternity knows the dark. True power turns away from its personification. The subtlety of being pulled under tells us of a power that is the essence of striving, a striving that is a means of essence. I can feel something that is a spider web, attenuated for millions of miles, as if it believes the distance proves something. When I continue to live and become more acquainted with its weakness and its only seduction that it's always there. In response to it, I fight for the love of my life, which is a great power, which is a greater power than I ever expected. Family and friends, and what brings me beyond them. My true love, who is almost made of a subtle undertow. The way it was the first time, it was my first true knowledge of its existence, and to fight it, to hold on to her, the fight versus the laziness of a simple current, except that water would set it free of its darkness, where it only lives because it can. Spider webs are symbols of the universe, and they do not hold on to tell us of the miles of life. They do not hold on just to tell us the miles of life are useless. I held on to life almost by coincidence. Then I knew seduction, as if I had known love all along. When I found her, I saw why I lived. I can feel the undertow this very moment, even though I remember a slight temptation to fight it by giving in to prove my power over it. And death is not to feel it, to not see what death is, an unrelenting request for anyone to give up. I work myself free of something that touches me on the shoulder perpetually. I can't quite laugh at its weakness. I can't hate someone who is no one. I can't fight someone who is not there. What I do is none of these things. What I do is live as if to step away from a mirror that turns function into an always breaking thread, from a vanity that I can beat myself. From a vanity that I can beat myself, that I can prove something is weak when all it ever had was the implication of time, when knowing of it for the first time was the power of its time, was the pain of knowing I couldn't love it because it wasn't really there, as long as I turn away from it and turn to who I am, because then I didn't create myself. So all of us live on the same terms. And what results is the power between people that she made me see. The same moment I saw her, the same moment she made me live for life. Yay. And this one's called Sweetness. Cuddling with simple air, wrapping your arms around yourself. Love is everywhere. She is like a small girl laughing in the corner of my mind. Someone I can believe is happy. A perpetual child's birthday party. The cake and the blowing out of candles. The incarnation of innocence. Of it, I know who I am. I need not defend it. I walk of an actual existence. A deep garden that leads to a forest. Flowers blooming everywhere. Love floating on the breeze. Butterflies more than ideas. Flowers more than sex. An intensity that relaxes. A kiss at any moment. The depths of darkness floating away because of a mystical world. Ghosts dancing in meadows, either taking a break from their bodily limitations or finding a way to move on. Pegasus slept near, and unicorns, centaurs, elves, and trolls, evil cast far away, maybe believing a joke is funny. Maybe believing a joke is funny. Homes with big windows, kitchens full of mirth and family, children dancing as if forgetting to ask why, or already knowing the meaning of life. All would be leading to a kind of fervor, yet joy only produces relaxation. The only clouds are like artists painting pictures across blue skies. Insects, flies, wasps, hornets, ants, butterflies, moths seem to play children's games. They relax on the hand for a visit. Birds show up to be photographed, asking for the best poem to describe them, the best description of their spirits. Cats and dogs waited so long to just have a chat. Lost in space and time, animals around the world seem to congregate, entertaining angels, blessing cherubs just because all are welcome. She dances with grace that entrances all, while her and I can only intercept as now, and our places hold the tapestry together. It shines with earthly colors, catching gold and silver. Life is like suckling Life is like suckling a mother's breast, sitting in the sun on a beach at sunset, catching huge fish with towering clouds, the blue sky making your mind eternal. She is a mother and a small girl. She communes with Mother Nature and the planet Earth. She carries the questions of mankind. She empowers me like a sudden shiver through the trees. It comes from something deep that reminds us of faith in God. The fingers of Michelangelo meet. Infinitely reality comes into being. A huge party that goes for years. Hundreds of sleeps that must have meant I died. They went for so long. A death as if a breeze blew through me that lasted weeks. A gift for those of faith and love and forgiveness. Sand being taken away by the air so slight. I awaken as if she taps me on my shoulder. A month later my soul inhabits a rock in the desert, and I die again, to never die again and again, embraced by her.
I have 3 poems here. First one I read, or I found, on a big rock at Central Park, Edmonton, Capel. It was an anonymous poem on the rock. I copied it, and it says, "I bless the day I found you. I want to stay around you. And so I beg you, let it be me. Don't take this heaven from one. If you must cling to someone, now and forever, let it be me. Each time you need love, I'll find complete love. And without your sweet love, what would life be? So never leave me lonely. Tell me only that you'll always let it be me." And it says that written by my love sometime in 1986. Dreadful. So the last 2 poems I wrote. This was called "Come With Me." Let's sail away to the deep blue seas. We'll spend the days lost in a breeze. Truth we'll share is of no other kind. What it will bear, what our souls always find. Oh, how our love will flow so pure. Higher than the skies above shall we go, my dear. So come take my hand and discover a feeling. We'll search for the land that our hearts are dreaming. This place I'm thinking of lies within our soul, surrounded by the love that we have found. And the last one is called Emancipation. Don't bring me gravity, no, not today. I have my wings, and all I want is to fly away. I have some friends in the mountain high, and today we're going to play all day. Some people say it's outlandish, but to me, it's emancipation. Don't bring me gravity, no, not today. I'll be around to pick it up some other day. It's kept me here for so long. and all I want is to fly away. The end.
Lovely, lovely, lovely words.
Yeah.
Wonderful job, everybody. Thank you for sharing your work. Give yourself a round of claps and snaps. Hey.
Snap,